now we're going to run that back with some of the best albums of 2020 thus far. So in this section, since we're doing so many albums, it's going to somewhat be like the speed dating of album reviews. So let's get into it. The first album we're going to talk about is Uncle Murder, Don't Come Outside Volume 2. The content is strong, led by the intro, God With You. Production is pretty strong, probably get a production of 3.5. Delivery pretty cool, definitely like his delivery on We Outside. Very relevant music for people that's been in that street life, but the content lacks variety. It's like trap, 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 kill, kill, kill. You know what I mean? A little bit too much for me, but overall, I'll give the project a 3.5. My favorite tracks from that project is probably Freedom, 62, and God With You. Next, we're going to discuss Mink Jenkins' project, The Circus. The lyrics and delivery very strong. If you don't know how Mink Jenkins does, that's how he does it. Led by the songs Different Scales and another song Same Old. The production is a little too alternative for me on some tracks. The beats are really just hit or miss. The content to me is average or below average. And my favorite tracks from this project are probably Different Scales, Same Old, and Carefree. For Mink Jenkins' The Circus, we'll give that a 3.5. The next album we're going to discuss is Mac Miller's, R.I.P., project called Circles. Having spent time in LA, I can definitely see this rocking out there. Definitely not a hip-hop album though, so take your hip-hop ears off when you listen to this one. The album has a few grooves that'll last for years, but kind of lacks hip-hop to me. My favorite tracks on this one is Hand Me Downs and Blue World. Mac Miller's Circles, we're going to give that a 2.5. Next project we're going to discuss is Nick Cannon's The Miseducation of a Negro You Love to Hate. Nick Cannon, yes. And this joint is hard, bro. Content is strong, delivery is strong, production is strong. Too many N words, too many B words. Come on, Nick. Too many of that, man. Come on, man. Favorite tracks on this one, probably Know What It Is, Used to Look Up to You, Madoff, and Ghetto Blues. For this project, I'm going to give this a 4, man. 4 gas masks for this one. The next project we're discussing is Moneybagg Yo's Time Served. The production on this project hits hard, but it's not really that strong if you can get through the bass. Moneybagg's delivery is strong on most of his best songs, but the lyrics and content are definitely average. My favorite tracks on this one is All That, that's a banger, I think that's featuring Megan Thee Stallion, and Pistol on the Bed. I'll probably have to give Moneybagg Yo Time Served a 2.5. The next project we're going to discuss is Hit Boy's The Chauncey Hollis project. The production is very strong, as you should expect from a hit producer like Hit Boy, but I had no idea he was a real rapper. Content is okay, but his lyrics and delivery are good. My favorite tracks on this one are probably First String, Ice Cold, Mood Change, and No Celebrations. Hit Boy, The Chauncey Hollis project, I'll probably have to give this a 3.5. 3.5 gas masks for Hit Boy. The next project we're going to discuss is Yo Gotti Untracked. The content is very strong, and of course his delivery is strong, led by the track Big Homie Rules. The production is cool, but not that strong if you ask me. Gotti is one of the realest rappers on record, and he stays consistent with this project. My favorite tracks from this one are They Ain't Want Me to Know, Big Homie Rules, and Untrapped the Outro. Fire. Like straight fire for real. Yo Gotti Untracked, probably gonna have to give that 3 gas masks though. The next project comes from a legend in this hip hop thing, Lil Wayne, with the project The Funeral. Now Wayne is still in pocket with this project, which I love. It's good to hear him in the current climate, but still fitting in, just like a classic artist should. I want to say that his delivery is high level as usual. The lyrics are out of this world. Like at times, you know how Weezy do. Weezy go out of this world, man. They call him an alien for a reason. My favorite tracks on this, I'm probably going to have to say I Do It. That's the one with Big Sean. Not Me is cool. Dreams is cool. And Trust Nobody. Those are my favorite tracks. And I probably assess this and give this 3.5 gas masks. The next project is from the artist Pop Smoke. R.I.P. to Pop Smoke. This project, Meet the Woo Volume 2. I would have to say his delivery is very unique, almost offbeat, but I really like his voice. Production is really good for the clubs and I guess this day and age club, the lounge. I will also say he raps the same on every beat though, so it's kind of hard to really get into it. But sometimes I'm not even sure if he's actually rapping. My favorite tracks on this project would have to be Invincible and Element. I'll have to give Pop Smoke's Meet the Woo Volume 2 a 3. Next, we're going to talk about D Smoke and his project Black Habits. Definitely feels like an art piece. I can definitely sense the cohesion of the project, and the music feels pretty good. The content is strong for the most part. The lyrics are cool and the delivery is cool. A little too spoken word for me. My favorite tracks on this are No Commas, Black Habits 1, and Like My Daddy. I'm going to have to give D Smoke's Black Habits a 3. The next project we'll get into is A Boogie with the Hoodies Artists 2.0. Very creative project. I can definitely see that he had the ladies in mind when he was making this one. The delivery is very good. Production is good. The content to me is average, if you want to say. My favorite tracks from this one is Might Not Give Up, Blood on My Denim, and Right Back. A Boogie with the Hoodies Artist 2.0. I'm going to give that a 3. So 3 gas masks for A Boogie with the Hoodie. The next project we'll discuss is actually my favorite project thus far from 2020. It comes from Royce the 5'9", project called The Allegory. The album starts off very strong messaging. I really appreciate that. I love when artists hit it hard with the messaging. Then he hit us in the head with track 3, I Don't Age. This album is hard, man. Very strong production, a great performance from Royce the 5'9". Have to say he's moving up that all-time list, man, for real. This entire project is actually produced by Royce the 5'9". Amazing. 22 tracks produced by Royce the 5'9". Proud of you, God. My favorite tracks from this are I Don't Age, Pendulum, Thou Shall, Fubu, Black Savage, and Young World. Royce the 5'9", The Allegory, I'm going to have to give a 4. Next project we'll discuss is G Herbo's PTSD. And I didn't know Cuz could spit like this. And he's saying some strong stuff too. The intro definitely set the tone for this project. Great production in my opinion. I really enjoyed the feel of this project. The album was very consistent and consistently good. My favorite tracks on this one is the intro, Death Row, Party in Heaven, High Speed, and Intuition. G Herbo's PTSD, I'm going to give 4 gas masks. Now we're going to discuss Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal, a Take. It's a high energy project, high energy production. I would say it's high energy, but it's not chaotic, which is hard to find. The content to me is below average and quite repetitive. His delivery is cool though. It's like a hybrid of multiple genres on one song on multiple tracks. So, my favorite tracks on this one are Baby Pluto, You Better Move, Secure the Bag, and P2. Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal, a Take, I'm going to have to give 3 gas masks. Next, we're going to get into a classic MC, Jadakiss, with this project, Ignatius. In typical Jada fashion, he opens up the album smashing, led by the tracks Pearly Gates and Hunting Season. I was glad to hear him touching on a few high-level topics as he usually does. Definitely a good project. My favorite tracks on this one is Pearly Gates, Hunting Season, Angels Getting Pedicured, and Government Cheese. Jadakiss Ignatius, I'm going to have to give 3.5 gas masks. The next project comes from Boldy James, and it's called The Price of Tea in China. This project is completely produced by The Alchemist, and I can definitely say they have good chemistry, Boldy James and The Alchemist together. The production is pretty strong, content above average, and his lyrics are good. His delivery is a little monotonous on most songs, but it's a good project. My favorite tracks on this is Giant Slide, Surf and Turf, and Phone Bill. Boldy James, The Price of Tea in China, I'm going to give 3 gas masks. The next project we're going to discuss comes from De Niro Ferrar, project called Soul Food. De Niro definitely delivered with this one. I'm going to have to say, lead it with 4 straight bangers, certified bangers from tracks 1 to 4. The production is strong and unique. The content is very strong and relevant to the current times. The delivery and lyrics are in pocket. Definitely one of the strongest projects in 2020 so far. My favorite tracks on this is probably King, Sins, Prison Systems, Gon B, Street Knowledge, China Bus, and Ubiquitous. De Niro Ferrar Soul Food, I'm going to have to give 4 gas masks. The last project we're going to discuss comes from Lil Baby, entitled My Turn. And I love this project, man. This was actually my favorite project of 2020 thus far until I came across that Royce project. But big shouts out to Lil Baby on this one, man. Production is strong, content strong, his delivery is definitely unique. Something we haven't heard in a while. Kind of reminds me of Wayne, but on a whole nother level. Not to say he's better than Wayne, but it's just different. This project is full of hits. My favorite tracks are Grace, Emotionally Scarred, Forever, Gang Signs, and Some to Prove. Lil Baby, my turn, I'm gonna have to give 4 gas masks. The other albums we listened to thus far in 2020, we've already discussed in the last episode. The Weeknd's After Hours, I'm gonna have to give 2 gas masks. A Written Testimony by Jay Electronica, we're gonna give that 3.5 gas masks. And 31520 by Childish Gambino, we're gonna give that 2.5 gas masks. People say a whole lot about hip hop, but it's definitely some strong projects coming out. So make sure you catch up on those. Thank you for watching, you dig? Please like, comment, and share this good information with your people. Also follow us on IG and Twitter at Rhymes Designs, and follow us on Facebook, Rhymes and Designs. You can find all the merchandise at thatrnd.com.
You dig?